ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्ति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So we'll be reading Bhagavad Gita verse by verse, translation and purport. Okay, so I request all of you to recite the verses. Okay, when I recite and translation and purport, one of you can recite. Okay, so I'll just share the screen. So when I recite, you recite, and after that, please mute yourself. Don't keep it unmute. Yeah. So the first chapter is observing the armies on battlefield of Kurukshetra. Text verse. Text 1. Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Yeah, all of you please try. The Sanskrit verses are very purifying and very good to recite. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre.
Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre.
Samaveta Yutsavaha.
Samaveta Yutsavaha.
Mamaka Pandavaschaiva.
Mamaka Pandavaschaiva.
Kim Akurvata Sanjaya.
Kim Akurvata Sanjaya.
Okay, those who like to read, please on the. Okay, please raise that. Okay, yeah, Ritvik, read.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Rashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?
Yeah, read this purport.
Bhagavad Gita is the widely read ascetic science, summarized in the Gita Mahatyama, glorification of the Gita. There, it says that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Sri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretation. The example of clear understanding is there in the Bhagavad Gita itself, in the way the teaching is understood by Arjuna, who heard the Gita directly from the Lord. If someone is fortunate enough to understand the Bhagavad Gita in that line of disciplic succession without motivated interpretation, then he surpasses all studies of Vedic wisdom and all scriptures of the world. One will find the Bhagavad Gita all that is contained in other scriptures, but the reader will also find things which are not to be found elsewhere. That is the specific standard of the Gita. It is a perfect aesthetic science because it is directly spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. So here it is being mentioned that just like Arjuna, he very submissively heard Bhagavad Gita from Krishna. So similarly, we are supposed to hear Bhagavad Gita from a person who is in the displic succession. So what is displic succession? Actually, Krishna, first he spoke this knowledge to four people. Okay. They are Lakshmi Devi, Brahma, Rudra, and Kumaras. Okay. So these are known as four sampradayas. Okay. So just like a government may authorize uh, some universities, to teach particular courses. So God has authorized these four sampradayas. So Sri Sampradaya means Ramanujacharya is prominent acharya. Like this Chinnajir Swami is there. Our ISKCON comes under Brahma Sampradaya. Madhvacharya is a prominent teacher. So we should hear from those who are coming, in this chain of teachers and students. Just like a teacher teaches a student, the student later can become a teacher and learn, and he can also teach, correct? So, and the person who is speaking should be a devotee of Krishna. He should not have any personal motivations. So then one can understand Bhagavad Gita properly. Suppose some college is not authorized by the government. So even if you study for a long time, uh, it is of no use, right? Ultimately, it will not be useful if somebody studies like that. But if somebody studies under proper authorized college, then it is useful. Okay, next, Prashant can read the next paragraph.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Like,
The topics discussed by Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya as described in the Mahabharata from the basic principles for this great philosophy. It is understood that this philosophy evolved on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is a sacred place of pilgrimage from the immemorial time of the Vedic age. It was spoken by the Lord when he was present personally on this planet for the guidance of mankind. The word Dharmakshetra, a place where religious rituals are performed, is significant. Is significant because on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the supreme personality of the Godhead was present on the side of Arjuna. Dhritarashtra, the father of Kauravas, was highly doubtful about the possibility of his son's ultimate victory. In his doubt, he inquired from his secretary Sanjaya, what did they do? He was confident that both his sons and the sons of his younger brother Pandu were assembled in the field of Kurukshetra for a determined engagement of the war. Still, his inquiry is significant. He did not want a compromise between the cousins and brothers, and he wanted to be sure of the fate of his sons on the battlefield. Because the battlefield was arranged to be fought at Kurukshetra, which is mentioned elsewhere in the Vedas as a place of worship, even for the denizens of heaven, Dhritarashtra became very fearful about the influence of the holy place on the outcome of the battle. He knew very well that this would influence Arjuna and the sons of Pandu favorably because by the nature they were all victorious. Sanjaya was a student of Vyasa, and therefore, by the mercy of Vyasa, Sanjaya was able to envision the battlefield of Kurukshetra even while he was in the room of Dhritarashtra, and so Dhritarashtra asked him about the situation on the battlefield.
yeah, last para.
Okay. Both the Pandavas and the sons of Dhritarashtra belong to the same family, but Dhritarashtra's mind is disclosed herein. He deliberately claimed only his sons as Kauravas and he separated the sons of Pandu from the family heritage. One can thus understand the specific position of Dhritarashtra in his relationship with his nephews, the son of Pandus. As in the paddy field, the unnecessary plants are taken out, so it is expected from the very beginning of the topics that in the religious field of Kurukshetra, where the father of religion, Sri Krishna, was present, the unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's sons, Duryodhana, and others would be wiped out, and the thoroughly religious persons
led by Yudhishthira would be established.
thoroughly religious persons headed by Yudhishthira would be established by the Lord. This is the significance of the words Dharma Kshetra and Kurukshetra, apart from their historical and Vedic importance.
Yeah, so basically we can see that how Dhritarashtra was fearful about the influence of the holy place. Correct? So that's why he is fearful. And Sanjay is able to see what is happening there by the mercy of his guru, Vyasadeva. So, and not only Kurukshetra is holy place, but the Supreme Lord Krishna is the embodiment of Dharma. He is also there. So he is afraid of all these influences. He is afraid that his sons are adharmic, Pandu's sons are dharmic. So what will happen? And also he is afraid maybe his sons change their mind. So Krishna, through this war, is going to remove the unwanted adharmic people like Kauravas. But he is doing through the Pandavas. He can actually do himself, in the sense he doesn't need you know, anybody's help. He can kill all the Kauravas just by his Sudarshan Chakra. But he is doing it, why? He is doing it like this too. He is doing it because he wants to give credit to Pandavas. That is the reason. Okay, next. Sanjaya. Okay, one. All of you can decide. Sanjaya Vacha. Acha, you can unmute. Huh? Yeah, now you can unmute. You can repeat after me. Sanjaya Vacha.
Sanjay was
दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकम्
दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानि
Pandavanikam
व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तथा
Vyudam Duryodhanastata
तथा
आचार्यम् उपसङ्गम्य
Acharyam Upasangamya
राजा वचनम् अब्रवीत्.
Raja Vachan.
Okay, who has not read? Anybody would like to read? You can raise their hand. To give chance to those who have not read. Anybody would like to read?
Sir, I want to read.
Haan.
O King, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and spoke the following words.
Yeah. Read this purport.
Dhritarashtra was blind from birth. Unfortunately, he was also bereft of spiritual vision. He knew very well that his sons were equally blind in the matter of religion, and he was sure that they could never reach an understanding with the Pandavas, who were all pious since birth. Still, he was Still, he was doubtful about the influence of the place of pilgrimage, and Sanjay could understand his motive in asking about the situation on the battlefield. Sanjay wanted, therefore, to encourage the despondent king and thus assured him that his sons were not going to make any sort of compromise. Under the influence of the holy place. Sanjaya therefore informed the king that his son Duryodhana, after seeing the military force of Pandavas, at once went to the commander in chief Dronacharya to inform him of the real position. Although Duryodhana is mentioned as the king, he still had to go to the commander on account of the seriousness of the situation. He was therefore quite fit to be politician, but Duryodhana's diplomatic veneer could not disguise the fear he felt when he saw the military arrangement of the Pandavas.
So first, in the first verse, we saw about Dhritarashtra. The word Dhritarashtra means one who holds the Rashtra very tightly. Means one who is very attached. Just like a politician is attached to his position, Dhritarashtra is attached to his state. So he is selfish and he is showing partiality to his sons. And he is not willing to correct them, even though they did so many wrong deeds right from childhood. So he is blind, Prabhupada is mentioning. He is blind not only materially, but also spiritually also is blind. Because he is not able to distinguish what is right and what is wrong. So that's why he could not correct his sons. So when a leader is partial, then the subordinates lose faith, trust in the leader. So there is a story of Dhruva, if you know the pole star Dhruva. So there also we hear about Dhruva when he was small. So he goes to his father Dhanupa and he actually sits in the lap of his father. So his stepmother Suruchi, because he actually Dhruva sees that Uttam, his brother, is sitting there. So as a small child, he also wants to go and sit. So when Suruchi, the stepmother, sees, she says that you cannot sit there because you are not born from my womb, you are not qualified to sit there. So Tanapad sees Suruchi chastising Dhruva, but he remains silent because he was attached to Suruchi. So then Dhruva Maharaj gets very severely hurt and he goes to his mother, Suniti. So it's a different story, but there also we can see that there was partiality. So when there is partiality, then somebody gets hurt, broken. There is adharma. So that is what Pandavas experienced right from childhood. So Dhritarashtra is fearful whether his sons will lose that holy place. And Sanjay is telling, don't worry, the holy place is not stopping them from war. So Duryodhana is going to his commander-in-chief Dronacharya, okay, to discuss the importance of the situation. And also he is fearful about the war. Okay, next, third verse. So we request all of you can try to repeat the verse. Repeating the Sanskrit verses is purifying, and also slowly all of you can learn the verses, at least recitation of Sanskrit verses. Okay, Pashaitam Panduputrana.
Can you show Hindi also?
Huh?
Can you show Hindi also, which is written up?
Okay. Pashaitam Panduputrana.
Pashyetam Putrana
Acharya Mahatim Chamam.
Acharya
Acharya Mahati Chama
Vyudam Drupada Putrena.
Vyudam
Vyudam Padaputrena
Tava Shishena Dhimata.
Tava
Vashishe
Sishena Dhimata.
Yeah. Okay, anybody who has not read, like to read? Okay.
teacher.
Yeah,
Behold,
you can read.
O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada.
Yeah, read this.
Duryodhana, a great diplomat, wanted to point out the defects of the Dronacharya, the great Brahman commander-in-chief. Dronacharya had some political quarrel with King Drupada, the father of Draupadi, who was Arjuna's wife. As a result of this quarrel, Drupada performed a great sacrifice by which he received the benediction of having a son who would be able to kill Dronacharya. Dronacharya knew this perfectly well, and yet as a liberal Brahmana, he did not hesitate to impart all his military secrets when the son of Drupada, Drashtadyumna, was entrusted to him for military education. Now, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Drashtadyumna took the side of the Pandavas, and it was he who arranged for their military plannings. After having learned the art from Dronacharya, Dronacharya pointed out this mistake of Dronacharya's so that he might be alert and uncompromising in the fighting. By this, he wanted to point out also that he would not be similar lenient in battle against the Pandavas, who were also Dronacharya's affectionate students. Arjuna especially was his most affectionate and brilliant student. Duryodhana also warned that such leniency in the fight would lead to defeat.
So Duryodhana basically is afraid that Dronacharya, a very powerful teacher, powerful warrior, he may not fight with his vigor while fighting with the Pandavas, especially because especially Arjuna is his favorite student. And he is also angry or upset with Drona that he has taught Drishtadyumna, his enemy's son, all the skills of the war. So Drupada and Drona were friends in the Gurukul days, and Drona was ready to help Drupada was ready to help Dronacharya in future as he was a king, and Dronacharya was a Brahmana. So he was very poor, and once at one point of time, so he actually went to Dronacharya and Dronacharya went to Drupada and requested him to help as he was very poor and reminded him of his friendship. But Drupada was very arrogant and he said, friendship can't be with a poor person. No, it should be only between equals. You're so poor, I can't have friendship. So he neglected him and sent him off. So Dronacharya kept in mind and he wanted to take a revenge. So eventually when he taught Pandavas and Kauravas the skills of the war. So what had happened, he told when Guru Dakshina was supposed to be given, so they asked what we should give. So Dronacharya said, go and defeat the king Drupada and tie him in ropes and bring him. First, Duryodhana, Kauravas, they went and they got defeated in the war. And then Pandavas went, headed by Arjuna, and he won the war and tied Drupada with ropes and brought him and threw him at the feet of Dronacharya. So that time Dronacharya humiliated him. You said you are the king. Now who is the king? Who is the slave? So he insulted him and he sent him off. So again Dronacharya wanted to, Drupada wanted to take revenge. Then, as mentioned here, it performed a yajna to produce two people. One is Draupadi, so that one who marries Arjuna, so that he will not kill him, and another Drishtadumna who would kill Dronacharya. So Drishtadumna was born to kill him, but still Dronacharya taught him all the knowledge of the war. Okay. So that's why Duryodhana is angry or upset that unnecessarily you taught him and now he is a general, he is a chief of the army. Okay. So, yeah. So, on the other side, Krishna and Sudama, their friendship was so nice. They were also friends in Gurukul. Krishna was a Kshatriya and he was rich. And later, when Sudama came, we know that he was ready to, he invited him to his inner quarters and personally bathed his feet, fed him, served him very intimately. So Sudama was overwhelmed with the love and affection of Krishna. So in comparison between Krishna and Sudama, Drupada and Dronacharya. So the other were selfish. So their friendship ended in death of both. In Kurukshetra war, both of them died, Dronacharya and Drupada. So because they were selfish and revengeful. But Krishna and Sudama, it was not like that. Okay. So that's an important lesson. How friends should serve each other, not see each other based on some externals, material qualifications. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Anybody has any questions regarding what we discussed today? The first three slokas. Okay, so today is Ekadashi, a holy day. So actually we had to, on the holy days, we perform more spiritual activities. So we chant Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this mantra means man plus tra. Man means mind, tra means that which helps us to control the mind. Okay. So by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, our mind can be controlled and we'll develop love for the Supreme Lord Krishna and our impurities in the heart will be removed. So we'll just chant for a few minutes and then we'll end the class. Okay. So before we chant Hare Krishna, we chant one mantra called Panchatattva mantra. So that mantra is chanted to, if you commit any mistakes while chanting Hare Krishna, they will be nullified. Okay, so you can chant Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya. You can repeat after me. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
Prabhu Nityananda.
प्रभु विद्यानंद
Okay, I think I'll just mute everyone. Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Okay. Then the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. You all also can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. So like this, we have to chant at least 10 minutes every day. So this will help us to control our minds, become more peaceful. Okay, so we'll end this book reading of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you all for joining. There is one doubt, Pooja, so in the last class, the questions from regarding the Bhagavad Gita contest. So you just need to solve and keep it with yourself. At the end of all the sessions, we will have a online exam. Okay. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.